Hey, what's up, Not Too Hype Virgin Gang? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Before we get into today's topic, just want to shout out just Josh. And so we're doing the steps challenge with the boys. We're trying to get fit, trying to have them dancers' legs, trying to shed some pounds, right? And of course, getting together with the boys, counting the steps, having a good time hanging out, right? This dude stepped 48,000 steps in a day. If he's not at a marathon yet, he is basically right there when it comes to the steps that day. That is an insane amount of steps. Just congratulations. We have several people that are breaking 40,000 now. I think it's like us, Los Loco, and then we have, I think it's me, but I guarantee there's going to be a couple other people that are going to do that as well. Just it's insane how many steps we're getting. We're going to be slashing numbers here soon. So want to talk a little bit about like hype sets, what people are talking about. Before I actually get into it, we'll just go over some stuff real quick. So of course, we're in Scarlet and Violet, we're in year 2, right? So people are getting pretty excited about some of the up and coming sets. It's not so much about the actual sets that have just come out. That happens every year, right? It's the DLC mons. I personally love the sets that have come out this year. I'm a really big fan of the DLC mons. I like the art. I really do think we're in the best time for art rares, just 100%. You can actually afford some cards. You can get some stuff for relatively cheap, and it's not very hard to get it. You don't have to fight a bunch of assholes to get it. You don't have to go through scalpers. You don't have to fucking fish your way through getting some Pokemon cards, right? It's awesome. But of course, it's the second half of year 2 now. We had the same exact thing with Sword and Shield, of course. You know, the first half we had the DLC mons. We had the Urshifus. We had the Galarian Bird Trio. We had the Calorexes. We had the Glacier, Spectrier. We had all those fools, right? And then the second year, they brought in Eevee Heroes, Evolving Skies, fucking Fusion Strike. We had the Fusion Arts. We had all these crazy Pokemon, ending the year with VMAX Climax, which in my opinion is one of the best sets of Pokemon's ever done. The actual trainer gallery, the art rares, the CHRs, the CSRs, absolutely fantastic. That is the pinnacle of Sword and Shield in my personal opinion. But now, for Scarlet and Violet year 2, people in the second half are looking forward to some of the sets that are coming out. So, of course, we got the Glory of Team Rocket, which, in my personal opinion, a themed set like that is long overdue. It's long overdue. Like, I kind of feel like maybe another evil team should have gotten that set. I don't know, but at the same time, I kind of get it with that. You can't really do a Team Star. I mean, I do like the bosses, and then, like, of course, Penny's a great character, but I mean, how are you really going to flesh that out? Not too sure. I'm sure Pokemon could have figured out, though. Team Yellow, though, did not need one, absolutely at all. Marnie and Piers are the best people on that team, and it shows. It's just nothing really would have came from that, right? A lot of people are kind of resurging their worries about these new sets that are coming out, how people are kind of worried about that. I mean, of course, that's not the only one, the Team Rocket set, which is going to be good. I really hope they don't just focus on Charizard, Blastoise, and fucking Dragonite and all that stuff again. I really hope they do bring some stuff. Dude, Dark Wug Trio, Dark Ceruledge, Dark fucking Tinkaton. There's so many different Pokemon they could bring in there that would actually 100% fit in with like the dark theme of Team Rocket. I swear it would. Come on, don't be pussies. Don't do it. Don't fucking stick with the same ones. You want to throw the Charizard in there? Sure, go for it. But throw in some other Pokemon too. Please. Please, Pokemon, throw in something. I'll take some Johto mons. I'll take some fucking Hoenn mons. Just throw something else in there. Please, for the love of God. But then we got Terrestrial Festival, which people are dubbing, you know, Eevee Heroes 2.0. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's going crazy about it. You know, J-Love Yaps was talking about it too. That was his first Yap video he did in a while. I actually thought it was pretty good. There was only a couple things like here and there that I wasn't 100% with him on. But for the most part, I really did like the video. I thought he brought up a lot of interesting points. But it does bring up an interesting point about how people feel about the sets, how much they're worth, the hype overall for Pokemon cards, whether people are still interested in them or not. And to my answer, I do think, like, I do like that these sets do have hype built around them. I do like seeing people excited about Pokemon cards and open them up. It is great. I love people that are like, yes, finally getting some cards that I want to open. There is a little bit of, you know, wholesomeness to actually seeing that, right? It's not bad. But at the same time, you don't want to see the hype go too fucking far where all of a sudden the Scalper Wave comes back in. People are having a hard time getting cards once again, and like people have to fight through assholes and resellers in order to get a shot at opening some of their favorite sets and getting some of their favorite mons. Now, Terrestrial Festival, nothing's really come out about that yet. We don't know how crazy the set's going to be. We don't even know what kind of SARs, alternate arts, or anything like that. The only thing that we've had teasers for is like that deck that has Sylveon, where it's going to maybe kind of lead into that a little bit. But speaking of that, there's an awesome Ceruledge deck that pairs that too, and I'm more excited about the Ceruledge. I think that card looks really good. I do like Sylveon, of course. Sylveon's adorable, but the Ceruledge is fucking badass. I like that deck a good little bit. I will definitely be picking that one up, and if I can get a Sylveon, great. If I can't, if it's sold out, if everyone's fucking creaming their pants over it already, sure, whatever. Ceruledge will be there. I will have zero issue getting that one. But it just brings up the hype question. It just brings up, so like, how far is like too far? How far is not far enough? You know, with people talking about that stuff, it's perfectly normal for the first half of year 2, people not to be excited about the DLC. Not a lot of people played the DLC. People played Scarlet and Violet, put it the fuck down, never picked it up again. But of course, people that are fans of the DLC really like those sets. They like seeing Ogre Pond, Monkey Dory, Pheasant Dippity, Okie Doggy. They love seeing all the different ones, Pecker Runt coming out. They love seeing the DLC mons be front and center in some sets because people know they're never going to be talked about again. They're going to be pushed to the back and never discussed again. We haven't seen another Urshifu card since fucking, of course, Sword and Shield, and we're probably not going to see another one. It's just probably not going to happen unless, of course, there's like a all-star set that's released, even though I do think Urshifu is criminally underrated. I do think some of those arts are just absolutely insane, but besides the point, like, where is too far? Where is the actual hype for stuff too far, and where is it not far enough? And that's something that people are arguing about. Like, of course, there's some people like, the set needs to be extremely hyped. It needs to be kind of exclusive. There needs to be some demand for it. There needs to be people need to be fighting over it a little bit. That's how you know the set's really good. That's how you know people really want it. And sure, I understand that. That's how demand works and all that stuff. But at the same time, it causes a lot of problems with Pokemon. That's where scams happen. That's where repackages happen. That's where boxes get resealed. And people pay an absurd amount of money just to get fucked up the ass, and that's not okay. No one likes that stuff. No one likes any of that. I mean, it comes with its own disadvantages. Yes, you can pull a very expensive card from the set and yippity dog day for you, but at the same time, your neighbor over there can get fucked getting a box that just has nothing in it. It's not even the same set. They're opening it and it's fucking Mask of Change. It's all Mask of Change cards, and they're like, fuck, there's not even a pull in this because it was resealed. And then, of course, people are like, well, what if there's not enough hype? What if there's not enough of this stuff? And it turns into Shiny Treasure EX, where people forget that's even a high-class set in some cases. It's a great set. I do think that there's great things about it, but you don't really hear anybody talking about it anymore. Of course, as time goes on, people will have some boxes, they'll open up for some content, but right this second, people forget that that's even a high-class set. Paldean Fates is awesome. I love how affordable everything is for things, by the way. I love how people can go pick up these sets and it's a non-issue. That's me personally. I personally like when things aren't like really hard for people to get, especially like kids, newer people to the hobby, people trying to play the card game itself or trying to fill out a binder with friends and family. But there's the other side of it too, where people are like, that shit sucks, that doesn't make it any good. Which in all actuality, Scarlet and Violet, if people sit on it long enough, more than likely it's going to retain some value or go up a little bit as the prints stop happening. We're still year 2. And of course, reprints for everything of Scarlet and Violet are still on the table, especially for people that are putting their money in Paldea Evolved. I mean, that entire set's probably going to get reprinted at some point. I guess we'll see. But at the same time, I mean, it's a fairly safe bet to assume that that's probably going to get a reprint. It's just, where's the hype? Where is it too far? Where is not enough? Where is a set become like overhyped? Where is a set underhyped? Where's like underrated cards come from? Where do overrated ones? Honestly, I feel like for the most part, people are just having a good time. And even if they're not pulling crazy expensive alternate arts, the guarantee of getting at least 1 or 2 art rares in the box, 3 in Japanese, I mean, that in itself, you're just looking at these crazy cards that artists put their heart and souls into, and they're having a fucking good time over this stuff. I really do think right now is a good time for Pokemon cards. I really do think this is a good balance, in my opinion, where there's some crazy, stupid, hyped up chase cards like Greninja and stuff like that, where at least it does make sense why the card is worth that much. But then, of course, you got AR cards like Magikarp, where it's like, just fucking, I don't know if it should be worth that much or anything. And then, of course, products affordable. You can go to the store and pick up an ETB, pick up a few booster packs, pick up a fucking 3-pack blister, and you don't gotta worry about some greasy asshole fucking shoving everything into a cart they can and not having to fight that stuff. Kids are able to open up some cards. People are able to experience Pokemon as it should be for everybody and easy to obtain. And in my personal opinion, I think we're kind of at a good balance. It's probably going to teeter the other way as some of these other sets come out. Hopefully people are actually able to get the sets and open them up. That's what I really want, but we shall see what happens. What do you guys think, though? Where do you think is a good balance for hype versus not hype? It's just seeing people talk about it. It kind of got me thinking, and I kind of like where we were currently in Pokemon. I'm having a blast opening up product. I'm going to be opening up more product. Going to probably be doing more stuff with Pokemon cards as well. Really, really want to do it. I've always wanted to just sit down, open cards, have some fun, have a good time. But of course, you know, drama, talking about this stuff, I still like doing it too. There's got to be a good balance, just like there's got to be a good balance in like Pokemon cards and content and how easy it is to get stuff and how expensive things are, how much cards are worth, how much they're not worth, and man, it does get really exhausting sometimes, like trying to fucking go through, but it's a great time. I think we're in a good time for Pokemon cards. How do you feel about that? That's all I got. Appreciate it, Virgin. See you later. Just wanted to just yap a little bit myself, talk about the actual market. Wanted to give you guys a little bit more than I've been giving you the last couple days. Off to go walk, off to go to work. See you later, Virgin gang. We'll see what happens. We'll see where the EVs lie. We'll see how cool the EVs actually do be getting. I mean, it is Eevee after all.